Oh, 6 o'clock.
It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take a low, take your pick. You can't teach a no dog a brand new trick. I don't care what anybody says at the end of the day. There's a place that I can't find a drink or two to ease my mind.
All right, it's Rob Smith. It is July 29th, 2026. Oh, I'm not using the microphone. All right. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, here it is. It's over here. Yeah, or part of it is at least. Well, I'm sitting without a car that's working. Hope it's just the battery, but we're not sure. Oh, I've got this charging too. Although it just screws it up or not. Let's find out the hard way. That's what I always say. Let's see, where's the sound? I have a little trouble with connection. I have a little trouble with connection. There we go. All right, we're here. Let me just do it. Okay, and bingo. I have a little trouble with connection. There we go. All right, we're here. Wow, that thing picks up well. Connection. There we go. All right, we're here. Whoa. Wow, that thing picks up well. I'm gonna take it out. Connection. Wow, that thing picks up well. I'm gonna take it out. Where's it coming from? I did take it out. I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. Shay White. Tried to use that microphone, but it's not working well, apparently. I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. Shay. I best keep it as it is. All right. So, I was going to share this. This is called Defenders of Animal Town. I was running, well, I've been running some British television, or I was running some British interviews from a program from 1977 or so, 78. And you wouldn't know many of the names. Salman Rushdie, you might know. Costa Gravis. But anyway, it was interesting that they were speaking at the late 70s about violence and how it's awful how much violence there is. And how, we'll get more peaceful as time goes on. And look where we are today. Video games where it's just bloods everywhere, machine guns and hatchets, and look what's happening on our streets. No, things did not go in that direction at all. Anyway, but here was a more peaceful view. Defenders of Animal Town. This is from 1943, United States, done it here in the U.S. And it's just a little thing that helps young people. Private Freddie of the infantry is a good soldier. The Rabbit Twins are waves. Teddy, the Army aviator. A sailor's life is the life for me. Fido, the Marine, is home on leave. Mary, the Marine, looks well in green. Wilma, the Whack, deserves a salute. The Coast Guards have a shipwrecked sailor. Little duck coming in here on this little bird saluting is very neat. That's a nice little addition. The spars keep watch over our coast. This is really a nice piece right here. That really works well. It's too bad they could have raised this a bit lower. Had a little positions a little. Oh, Nurse Bunny and her aide take good care of the sick, and that's the end of it. It's just that simple. This is on a linen stock. This at 43 linen stock was there was kind of a last gasp. There were even some comic books made with linen. I have some, a few, made of linen. They weren't typical comic books, which were mostly all on newsprint. Almost all were done on newsprint, but it was some special ones that were done specifically geared toward children like this. And a couple of them I have are giant. They're huge, like a couple feet tall. Anyway, very nice. I just thought I'd share that. Defenders of Animal Town. There's no price on it. Number 3800E. I don't know what that means. Platt Monk. I don't know who they are. Nothing else. No credit to any artist or writer or anything. The credit is right there. That's it. Today they'd have 5 pages of credits. How we've gotten full of ourselves. I've pulled 3 words. 3 words are. Yeah, and it's really easy to read too. There's not a lot to it. I'm sure. In fact, I think I've seen a British version of that. 1943, just like yesterday. Those of us in history, 43 was yesterday. And 1960 was 5 minutes ago. Anyway, Bonnet, Park, and Bird. Bonnet, Park, and Bird. That book may have a little influence on me. Let's see what I'll do. Pick a bird, any bird. One thing I put up on YouTube today was a sped up version of the drawing I did with a frog. I've just been downloading. In fact, it made me ready here. The one with the hippo. It is ready to go. Go ahead and download that. I might be able to get that up. That's up on YouTube. I was trying to put it on Facebook. It won't work. I don't know why. Which means I do what I usually do, which is I don't do anything. It won't go up. I ain't forcing it. No, I'm surprised, Shay. Why don't you put some bonnets on your... Maybe you haven't. I haven't seen those. That's something you could add to some of them, a little bonnet. That used to be common in the UK. That reminds me of a mini-series, a British mini-series I liked a lot, and I can't think of the name of it. It's been made before, but it was really well done about 1994 3, 4, somewhere in there. I think it may be on YouTube. Mm. If you're up till 4 a.m. in the morning, Shay White, do you have tea? So you're supposed to have it at 4 p.m., so do you have it at 4 a.m.? I'm just wondering. So I know you're up late. I think it would have been good if the U.S. did such things, but we did not. You see, I've set myself up here. I gotta put a key cup. We're working on a mouse drawing, a mouse train, and I realized I'd put in hours into that thing, and I could spend more. It's this, no, not this one. And I realized I gotta quit. I've completely altered. Well, it's still the same drawing, but I've altered so much. It's too much. To the point that I may just abandon it. It's just because I haven't even started getting these, and I haven't gotten all this. I was talking to our friend Missy Busby, and she's right. If I do watercolor like this and it works, then just this will be for sale as this is. If I put it in digitally, I'm not doing. I should try to do no alteration, except in this case I added the light blue because it doesn't work, especially scanning it in. So I have. All this is finished. I've got it ready to go to Fine Art America, and it will be ready for prints and such. The light blue is all put together, ready to go. But see how tight these lines are? Kind of tight, like these lines are. Well, Shea White does a lot of tight lines too. So I need to be thinking that when I do these. It's like that little break right there. Just go and fix it. And if I watercolor this, I need to make sure I do it so the lines are more solid. That one with the train's very sketchy. Of course, I did it made up as I drew, much as I'm doing here. Of course, now I just realized what I'm doing. I'm not leaving space for another chair. So it's just going to be the mouse. Give him a cap. It's a different approach for me. I'm used to just working so fast. Or maybe he's got a biscuit. He's making a mess. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw that after I started drawing more of a. Make sure. And folks do like it when I do more details, I see. And I like doing details. Need to get back to that. I've actually moved the Christmas print artwork. It's over there now. And I've actually been moving things around as I get more settled here. In week 3 in this location. I get a chance to do a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. I was going to do a noontime, but what happened? Something happened. I did not. I'm tempted to want to put his little hand reaching for the key, but I think I'm going to make a mess there if I do that. I could put his arm up and put a hatchet in his hand. No, that probably wouldn't be a good idea. He's got a little briefcase here. You've got that happening where you are. Little tea shanties. How very British this all is. I was just running the 6-part series called what's wrong with me? Hold on, move this over here. Oh, lost it. It's called Sorrel and Son. It's from a 1920s book. Been made a few times. This is a 1992 edition. Just finished before I got started here. I'm going to adjust more for what Ms. Busby and I spoke about here. And probably not use this. I may not always use black here. I may use brown. Kind of like I did with the bunnies. I don't remember how I did this. Because I'm also not clear when I did this. Except it obviously was Easter. I don't think it was this year. I think it was the year before. I don't know. can't remember how I did the brown, if I added before or after. A little conversation yesterday really had helped firm some thoughts that were brewing in my head. And we discussed them, and I know exactly how I want to finish a couple of these pictures I've got. I've been kind of stuck on Band-Aid brands because Band-Aid stuck on me, right? Hope you have those Band-Aids stuck on you. Oh wait, in my recent illustration area, the little angel and the sea was perfect. She is a bunny character. Is she a little angel or a bunny character? I'm confused. Now what else should I do here? I got so much now. I've got myself in all kinds of interesting trouble here. Okay, one thing for sure, I need to just go ahead. This is really just flying off my head right here doing this. I was thinking of having someone walk up here, maybe a little. So I thought, what if there are two entities chatting crazy? What was there besides bonnets? Area is an angel bunny. Well, I just threw that line in there. Now look at me all stuck with this. Yeah, the series, the 6-part series I just ran, takes place in the 20s, which is when the book. I think the book was written in the late 20s, but it's very fan. It's like, for example, I'm a huge fan of Edna Ferber, and it's got a lot of fervor in it, women's rights and all that stuff at the time. There's a lot of folks who come to regret. Could we have done that differently? Too late now, guys. Now I've got to figure out who. So I'm thinking this is a lizard. And finish this line, Mr. Smith. Finish that line. But who is the lizard speaking to? You. Things there. Things here. Maybe it's I have an empty chair and she's crazy. But I don't make that obvious. You just have to figure it out yourself that she's talking. What do you think? It's a little mole. Some sort of I think that's a swell idea. Now, Joe, you mentioned you were preparing to. Are you familiar with the Granville animals? Which were late 1800s. Oh, Shea White, that was. Granville Animals was Granville's first name. I can't remember whether that was. I think Granville was British. But they were a very popular way of doing animals. Yeah, very. You can look them up. Pen and ink. I've got a book of them. I don't remember where. I think I may have picked up that book. It was from the Orlando Public Library book sale about 30 odd years ago. I can see this is an old widow woman. Show that the mole doesn't see too well. The mug's just out of reach. Notice how I don't do any dancings here, just so I don't want Shea White to come and sue me. Some lawyers falling out of the trees at me. I should do something waltzing Matilda or something. One of these times. Just for fun. Give her a purse. Your characters should all have purses. Dancing with a purse. With a Chanel purse. That would be funny. Purse swinging everywhere. No, that's not good. You can't read that unless I do this. Maybe she robbed a bank and that's all of her money she's stolen from the bank. That's what's really going on. She's stolen from a bank and no one knows it. She's sitting there. She's going to pay with money she stole. Thief. We're doing time-wise. 29. Oh, I'm doing going slow compared to the last couple of days. I've got to go see if we can fix the car. I hope it's just a battery. I'll take all prayers and hopes and dreams about that. Really just need to be the battery anymore, and I'm in real trouble. All right, so I'm not going to give another. Anyone who's here, thank you for being here. This is Rob Smith calling. I went way beyond the 3 words, which was bonnet, bird. Did I forget somebody? Bonnet, bird, and park. Okay, so this is a park. They're all having. Forgot about the park thing. This is a tea thing in a park. I read Priscilla's Pas du Deux, two paws, and it was an interesting story about a ballerina rat who likes to dance with a cat. Well, so there. You read things that aren't involving ballet, ballet. On ballet. So you like the red shoes? I was gonna make her dress all dark, but now I seem to be changing that. I still don't know what to do with her other arm. And like he doesn't have one. I read stories about all sorts of things, but try to catch up on Goodreads with my books and reading some kind of long, involved stuff. So I've tried to inch that in through shorter books so I can try to keep up to my goal of 150 books for the year. On all this moving I've had to do has definitely set me way back. Menus. What do you think about the red shoes? How's that looking? I'm trying to put something together so this doesn't push back. Oh, so drink there. I'm gonna come in here with a little bit of. could just leave this like this, but I got to connect this. I don't have anything connected. To put a dead body. So all that violence that was talked about. The name of that program with all the interviews was Outsiders. That was the name of it. I remember now. It was a lot of people who don't really fit molds. They kind of went off on their own with some kind of wacky views. And just it's what's fascinating about listening to it from some 40, almost 45 years ago, is that none of it came true. All these folks were. One guy's from Australia talking about the importance of film in Australia and how this will change everything and how everyone will be getting together, and none of that happened. Closest is Kylie Minogue. That's the closest we saw involving Australia. Where's it? I've lost the bullet. I was looking. Where am I? Here I am. Red Shoes was really magnificent. I was mesmerized. I thought, you see Hans Christian Andersen with Danny Kaye, which has another version of that story. Not the whole film. It's actually near the end. It throws the film. The film's about Hans Christian Andersen, and they try to do a love interest, and it doesn't work. It throws the whole film off. They should have done two separate films. But the love interest things involving him making these shoes, these red shoes, and trying to get them to the ballerina, and it turns into this weird love story thing that does. And the rest of it's all about children and Hans Christian Andersen telling stories like the inchworm and all. And then I remember first seeing that at the Orlando Public Library in the 70s. I love some of the songs. I love Inchworm. Inchworm. And also the song Hans Christian Andersen. Hans Christian Andersen. Oh, what's the other song I like? There's another song I like in there. It's from 1955 or 6, somewhere there. Very good film. I don't know. The Inspector General is my favorite Danny Kaye film. But that's in there too. Yeah, that film, we could only see it at the library. It wasn't on television. A lot of old films were shown on television back then, especially Channel 9 that we had. WFTV played a lot of old movies. I saw most all the movies Bing Crosby had done. There's a guy named Walter Windsor would show those. Oh, look what I did. I meant to make that a, I didn't do that. Let's see if I can make it still that way. That'll help give some more form to the bird. I made a boo-boo. I think I fixed that pretty good. So look for Hans Christian Andersen, Danny Kaye, and go into about 3/4 of the way into the film approximately. I haven't run or seen that film in many years. Establish this goes over here enough. We're doing it with time, 6:41. So this is something a little different, sort of. And I might watercolor this just for fun. But I won't do that during this. That's for 12 p.m. whenever I get back to doing those. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. We gotta get this car fixed. I'm not sure what time that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna try to keep to these 7 p.m.s. They are getting me to draw. I wasn't drawing before. I am now. Oh, you know what? They don't have any biscuits. In fact, why does she have a smaller cup? Okay, well, look for Hans Christian Andersen. You'll be glad you did. The dance scene, the ballet scene is something you'll like a lot. All right. And this is 7:29. Inching our way to Rabbit Rabbit, August 1st. Last time I did Rabbit Rabbit was July 1st, back in Marion County. That was a tough live I did. It really wasn't set up for it. Just about everything broke it down. Little did I know it's going to be there another 5 or 6 days, I think. We're actually left there. All right, then. Yeah, that hat looks too flimsy. I can do something about that. If I try to speed this one up, it's not going to be fun because I'm lumped around here a bit. Yeah, made it up as I went. So it's 3 words I pulled. And so I'm not putting the words park on here. You just have to kind of figure that. But there is bird, park, and bonnet. I pulled those just as I was starting, and I took the 3 words that did that. Improv, it's fun. All right, folks, thank you for being here. And if you get a chance, do a thumbs up. And hopefully I'll do a sped up version of this soon. I've got a sped up version that is of the frog one already here on YouTube. Trying to get on Facebook. And I've also just done the hippo one too. That's actually already done, I think, right? Yeah, I think so. All right, yeah, that's from the 26th, 3 days ago. Thank you for being here. This is Rob Smith. I hope to be back here tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. to do another Hobby to Be improv drawing. And if you want to throw in some words for me to draw from when I post about it, or if you want to just send them to me, or if you're here when I'm just getting started, just throw them right out there, and I'll just make up whatever comes from it. Because that's the reason I do this. Fun with mental calisthenics. Thank you so much for being here. Rob Smith here. Have a good night. Good night. No. It's not letting me quit.